Throughout Norman, you've been referred to as many things: a visionary, a truth seeker, and most importantly, a man of the people. But now that I have you here with me today, I'd like to ask you, who is Eddie Radosevich?
I think the easiest way to say it would be 107.7 The Franchise Morning Show, Soonerscoop.com, weather liaison for KFOR, News 9, KOKH 25, ever heard of it? College Game Day. Do a little bit of everything, but probably nothing important. I think is probably the best way to say it. Full of shit. That'd be one way to say it.
Eddie Radosevich here. What up, blood? What up, cuz? What up, gangsta?
I think he's hilarious.
Just resting my legs at one of the lovely rest stops here.
Eddie Radosevich, Soonerscoop.com, part of the Scoop Team 6.
I don't think there's any comparison. Yeah, no problem, Eddie.
Eddie Radosevich, wearing black today. I'm here at Slimming. Still waiting on the invite from Channel 9. Again, just like last week, still waiting on the invite from Channel 9.
Skip, skip, boom, game. Woo, woo, dunk it.
Can't confirm it's snowing.
People need Eddie.
Bitch, I'm at the bus stop. What if they bring him in on a bus?
Yeah, love Eddie.
Welcome back to Norman, Oklahoma. Eddie Radosevich here.
There's Eddie's question of the week.
Be able to relate with the fan, I think, is probably the most important thing that somebody in my position can do. Everybody wants to be able to relate to somebody, and I think that that's one of the things that I've done so well here in covering Oklahoma is I get it. I get where the fans are coming from when they're angry. I'm probably angry about the same things, and that's what we try to do. On the Unofficial 40 on the podcast, and especially over at Sooner Scoop is kind of be one with the fan.
As you can see, we're at Campus Corner. Come follow me. I'll show you a couple spots to go. Not pictured, a sky bridge.
We would go to Sugar's quite a bit. It was always kind of one of those things. It's kind of like the same with you guys. It's like that's where you ended up because it was kind of funny more than anything. And God bless the women that were working there at the time. There was this one girl that was there during our college years named Brittany B, and she would bite this thing and blood would just go everywhere. And it was just like, where am I at? What am I doing? Have I been on drugs? Maybe, but I'm gonna stay because this is fun. And it was always just kind of, it is what it is. It was one of those trashy bars that I think are so synonymous with college towns. And I think that that's kind of that's the type of experience that I don't want to say people need when they go to college, but I think it is one of those things that people, you develop kind of I don't know if you become callous or anything like that, but it's just it's part of the experience. It's part of living in a shitty dorm room. It's part of living in a shitty house during college. That's part of the experience.
Ed is a man of the people, and he always has been, and people love him. I was on TV for 10 years at K4, and I could be with him, and people would recognize him, and it was like I wasn't even there. Not that I'm famous or anything, but he's next level famous. Or I'd go places, and people were like, hey, where's your boy Eddie at? And I'm like, I don't know, man. It's Tuesday afternoon. Whatever he's doing, I'm doing me, he's doing him. But he's always very conscious of the people and what they're about. And I know he spent some time on Lindsay Street back in the day, tailgating there whenever it was football season. And it's one of many of his causes, if you will, that he's behind and started. But he's very passionate about that. Last fall, a guy screwed up and put out the wrong sign that you could tailgate.
It's heartfelt right now. I'm a little bit in shock. It means that we're getting closer, though. We need to move west. I'm basically Norman Zelensky right now. Can I say that?
We all thought he had done his part to get it back. All of a sudden, I didn't get to tailgate with him, but I've been with Ed on the road and out and about before to know he likes to have a good time, and he's very conscious of what the people want. And Pat's tailgating on Lindsay Street again.
People are talking about how to better OU's tailgating atmosphere, and the ringleader, Eddie Radosevich.
It's almost embarrassing with how little fans we have around the stadium during game days and everything like that.
I feel like we'd bring a lot more money.
I don't want to walk from my own tailgate 2 miles to the stadium when I could just tailgate here. Be easy.
People need places to tailgate. The college game day atmosphere isn't a family atmosphere. As much as people want it to be a family atmosphere, as much as it can be a family atmosphere, I think that a lot of people know what to expect when you go to a college campus for game day. And I'm not I've said this before on radio. It's I don't think that people need to be doing key bumps next to a 3-year-old at the games. But at the same time, I do think that like there needs to be some type of rowdy atmosphere, and it goes into what kind of a college campus could be, or what a college campus is.
OU is beyond ready for SEC because they're not ready, man. Like they might be good at football, but like we're better at fucking drinking. Y'all are not ready for game day. Y'all are not ready for game day on OU.
Great thing for the whole program.
We will prepare enough to be ready. We need to prepare. SEC is not ready for OU. We are so spirited, so hyped.
Sooner. Same, electric. That's exactly why we're joining the SEC. I'm ready to fucking cook these kids, you know? Like, they're not ready for us, we're ready for them though, you know? Like, we're here to go.
I think there's a lot of OU fans who believe we're ready for the SEC. What would you say to those people?
Get ready because it's coming. I think that like that's the only way to say it. I think that get ready for, you know, that grandmother that looks innocent that you might be walking into the game with. Get ready for that bitch to be giving you the finger in the third quarter. Like that is the type of stuff that I think you have to get ready for, because they simply don't care. That's the feeling that I get is there's a lot of people in, you know, that footprint of the country that they're just a little bit different. You got to be ready for that, and you got to have an understanding for that, so it's not as much of a shock when you get to that point.
Are you ready?
More than ready.
From the man who brought you horns up for peace and waited at the, well, you know,
Bitch, I'm at the bus stop.
comes a new endeavor.
We've got to get back to our roots. Everything about the game day has changed in Norman America, and the SEC's coming. What you find is what you're going to get, and what you get in Norman right now, we cannot stand for. It's about getting back to the roots. It's about leaving to go to the pub with your father at halftime. That's where you learn. That's where you find things. Maybe people kissing each other. Gender's You know, back in the day, it was about play like a champion sign at the University of Oklahoma. Here, right now, it was about tapping the sugar sign. It was about going in with a handful of singles and helping somebody else's family.
Now comes Oklahoma's next great movement.
We got to get back south. We got to get back to what Norman is all about. And that's tailgating on Lindsay Street. It's now or never. The SEC's coming. When it's football time in Norman, let's make Lindsay Street great again.
What does your vision for the future of Norman look like?
Oh man,
See more people tailgating, like going back to that. 6:30 game time. Tailgating, having a good time, eating.
Walking down the street, you'll be like, boomer, everyone's sooner.
A little bit more involvement overall.
You see like skateboarders and bicycle riders and like occasional rollerbladers walking down the South Oval. It's like such the picturesque college environment.
Down, watered down beers and Mr. Bill's, being slung across Lindsay Street as people tailgate for a top 10 matchup in the first round of the college football playoff. That is maybe one of the most magical like ideas that I think a lot of people around here could come up with, just as far as like what this thing could be. It would be, I think, getting back to the mountaintop of college football, everything that goes into it. And I think that like the SEC stuff is super fascinating just from a professional standpoint, from a personal standpoint, in that, you know, I think that's what everybody has aimed for this program to be. I think the ideologies line up with the SEC as far as the fervor and the passion of the fan base. And, you know, I think more than anything, just getting to the point where Oklahoma football is back in that realm of where it should be, of where the blue blood status kind of produces. So, you know, just getting back to that mentality, I think, is probably the most important thing. And it's, you know, you got to do a bunch of little things before you can get to that big moment. And they all kind of lead up to that big moment. So I would say that, you know, that is kind of the utopia. Obviously, maybe part of that utopia is like pushing the button for Lloyd Noble to implode, and then they build a brand new arena for Porter Moser and Jenny Baranchek. So that's probably like the utopia, euphoria type feel.